a total mess. My YouTube page is a total mess. Okay, let's get over here, grab some black, crimson, and blue. We'll mix up some more of our Paint with Josh black. Mixing it down and down and down and down, you guys. You gotta mix up the crimson, the black, the blue, all of them equally. And that way, you'll get this very deep, dark color that will just stand out as being in front of most other colors, right? Now, let's see. Let's just see what we're doing over here. That makes it even worse. I've been messing. It's always a great time to mess around with your lighting during the middle of a show, Josh. I agree, Josh. I appreciate you being here for that. Oh, you're welcome, Josh. No worries. Let's get over here into our green, maybe into our yellow ochre color, just a little touch. Boom, boom, boom. On top of that green with our liquid white into it. And that way, that liquid white is going to come off a lot easier than our branches in the past and be a lot brighter colored. Right? Now, if they're a lot brighter colored, they're going to look like they're in front of the ones that are a little bit darker colored back there. Just a little touch. The more you go down, the more you tap in. You don't have to touch every single place on the tree. Right? The more we go onto these guys, the more vertical our brush has to be in order to deposit our little bits of brightness out onto our branches that way. And again, not every tree has to be as bright or whatever, as dark. Right? Not every place is going to be just as perfect as every other place is going to be. Up here, over there, little things, right? Just tapping down, kind of working it out, just like we do when we're pushing the thing on. We're just not using as much texture or as much pressure when we're using our highlight branch, right? Our little highlight brush. Less, less, less. Less is more on those guys. Okay, let's see. Maybe we got one little touch of just a little bit of chunky poo right on the edge of our guy over there. And a little bit of darkness back behind his self. Hey, gorgeous. Just a little thing. Little details back there, guys. Now, let's finish up this little section with our little placky color. Start dropping it down. Maybe we're going to lean into our little blood red river. And drop it down over the side. Now, we can go back, just because I don't want to wash that brush off, let's go back with a different brush, right? Come back down here, we'll get that, the liquid white on top of our bushy brush. Let's go into our yellow ochre, maybe some of our cadmium yellow, and let's start popping little guys off of this guy. Little things, right? Not everywhere has to be as bright, or as filled in, or whatever, right? All up to us, little guys out in the forest, right? Little guys in the night. Now, let's see what we're going to do over here. A little bit of our white, a little bit of our teal color. We're just going to kind of rock in our grassy area. It's like some little bit of light has come out of there. We're heading out of the window and tapping into our grass. So now we got to work our grass and that little teal color back and forth from itself, right? Kind of blending itself each time we tap it outwards. Tap it outwards and tap it outwards. Little guys. Little things, little things. There we go. That way it'll look like this nice little bright spot right outside of our windows. Something's happening in there, you guys. I don't know what it is. I don't know that I want to be a part of it, but something's going down right there. I love our little blood red river. It's falling off into the background. He's blood red. Oh, perfect. Just the smallest little highlight on that guy back there. Okay. You guys, that's a textured cabin right there if I've ever seen one. You guys. Now, we have to fix our base of our cabin, right? Because wherever we have it, we've got to start a little bit higher up here, and then we go lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. Right? And same thing vice versa, we go a little bit higher on that side. Just make that little check mark area, and that's going to help make our cabin look a little bit more perspectively correct, right? Oh, I like that. Very cool, guys. I like it. All right, let's say, as we get over here, let's finish this whole area over here, right? We've got enough of our Paint with Josh plaque on the old brush. I don't think this will be a big enough brush to do it though. Let's pop it in right here. boom, right down to wherever we want it to be. Okay, maybe our little friend had a little trunky bit that's attached to his own self. Okay, now let's get out here and let's try to pop in like a tenacia tree, is what I like to call them. Right, and while I was watching her doing it earlier today, she's got a couple little bits. Maybe they come down, they get a little bit bigger. These guys up there, they start popping off, they start rocking through each other, right? Not everywhere is going to be all exactly the same. It's the reason why you need that kind of lighter color in the background to help project these little things. Right, and we go over our roof just a littlest bit, and we're going to call that good right there. Now, let's go back over it with the same brush, but we're going to load it with much less paint. And that way we can't cover over too many of our paths. And if we go at it with the same amount of highlight as we go with the same amount of our brush, the majority of the shadow gets covered, right? So let's try with a little bit less and see what happens. Now, let's go into our greeny color just to see. Dab into our green, tapping it down in there, we're gonna go less pressure and less everything, right? As we start tapping in these little guys. Kind of riding along the shadowy bits. Tap in, not trying to cover up everything that's so dark. Now eventually, even though it doesn't look that dark, right, we're losing green off of our brush, and we have to touch a little bit harder in order to get it to stay. So you can always go back and reload the brush, right? Why does it look so bright? Oh man, it looks good on Facebook. The Facebook camera has it down, man. It's not that bright. Why my lighting is just being such a pain in my tush, guys. That's probably better. Is that not instantly better? Yeah, instantly better. Perfect. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you, bud. No worries, Josh. Got you. All right, here we go. Let's get over here now. Grab up a little bit of our brown. Just a small little bit. Let's start working in very, very, very small little touches into our tree trunks back in here. Right? And the more we go down, the more we're kind of tapping and tapping and tapping onto it and letting our trunk kind of get a little darker as we go. Right? So the more we go down, we just kind of tap in, and we're not trying to cover it all, right? We're trying to leave some light areas and some dark areas. That looks pretty cool right there, though. That is a cute little one right there, guys. Now, what if he had a little friend living next to him? It doesn't have to be as tall. Maybe come into here. Bang, right there. Right, tapping it in. Going over the smallest bit of our cabin corner. Right, filling in the whole rest with our little tree trunk of a guy down here. Boom! Right, all of a sudden we got a little friend living around the edge. Before we get too far away, we can literally pipe in a few little bushes that live in here too. A little bit of our plaque. Right, start rocking it down, leaving some space in between. Right, back in there. Ooh. Very cool. Very cool, guys. Problem with only having one oval brush is you got to do your plaque mix, then you got to go back and get your highlight color and then go and do that as well, right? Again, trying not to highlight it as much as, you know, or touching with as much pressure as when we put our base down, and that way we can't smush over all those little highlighty things, right? Into our little yellow ochre color and our grassy bit, dabbing it down, right? Same thing, we can work it up and around our little tree. All depends on what we want to do, guys. Or we go back in with that more of that plaque mix and throw some more of these little guys down around here, right? Just literally loading it up, all chunky. Starts to work its way this way, right? Kind of filling in little places. Not everywhere's got to all be the same, right? They're very much a horizontal type of a bush. And then you can go back in and fill in your grass around little areas where you wanted it to be, right? Not everywhere has to all be the same, guys. I try to tell you. I try and I try. Dude, we could rock the whole river could come right out at us right here. Looks cool. That looks cool. A little bit of our red, a little bit of our crimson color, just a little touch. Let's rock this guy right here, right? Getting wider and wider and wider as it gets towards us. And maybe it looks like it wants just a little bit of a falls back here. So let's get a small amount of our white onto our brush. Come over, let's see, we fell over this way. little bits, little bits, right? Little things in the night. Maybe it's falling over both sides or both directions. Up to us. Maybe we put a big old rock or something in there. Little things just to fill in those little areas or those little inch spots where you're like, oh, what do I do? I can't get it figured out. You drop in a little waterfall. That's what you do. Over into there. A couple little splatters. Little baby guys, right? Take our little baby guys. We're going to start turning them into mist. And we'll pop something else in. Bang, 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 bang. Little things, little things. Little things. It starts to roll its way towards us. Getting brighter by the second. Right? Brighter and wider. Just like that. Very cool. Very cool, guys. I like it. Little dark separators in here for me, though. Gotta have the darkness. Our darkness coming with our little river-esque little bits. Oh, fabulous. So, remember, guys, head over to paintwithjosh.com if you want to grab this guy. It's available over there for you. But you gotta be the very first one to get there, right? If you're not the first one, then I can't really help you out now, can I? You gots to be the very firstest. Little thing in the night. Try to do it with a palette knife when you really need a brush. There we go. See the difference in that? Crazy! Pop in a little mist. I don't know how the mist got lost in that guy back there, but in any case, it's always easy to pop back in. Now, let's go in. We only got a few minutes left. We're going to come over here and grab our green and some of our yellow ochre into that sap ring with the liquid white all together, right? Gotta have it all together. We'll come off of this guy up here. Tapping in little baby tip taps and chip chaps all the way down this little guy. Right over there, working himself back up. Down onto this side. Little things in the night that you guys can do, right? You can do these little things. I'm telling you. If I ain't told you once, I told you a million times. You can do it. I'm just here to show you cool little stuff, give you some ideas, and maybe sell a painting here or there. You and me. That's how I keep all these free videos coming your way. Is somebody every so often will go buy a painting. Bang, just like that. A couple little baby bits. Nothing has to be perfect. You can even roll out onto the grass, right? You don't have to all be covered up underneath that thing. And whatever we don't like, we get rid of or tap in a little different way. Little things here and there, right? Little different little guys. Might look like little flowers back in the day or the night or whatever. Wherever we are. Roll it down towards our little watery section. Woof! I like that, guys. I like that. Got a couple more of them down here. Little guys, little things. Not trying to make everything connect. Right? Just trying to work in little bits, little differences of little stuff. Starts working its way down our little hill, whatever it is back there. I like it, though. We don't know what it is, but we like it. Let's do, let me see. What do we got? We got time enough for something. What are we gonna put over here? What are we gonna throw down over here in the darkness? All right, we've got just about every kind of tree on there. Let's come in. We're not gonna have enough paint. We need to mix up some more, but let's see if we can get away with something right here. Let's see if we can get away with this little pile of paint right here. And what we can do with it. Maybe drop down a whole other big guy living right over there, just down into the stuff. And again, you get to decide how much, what your tree branches look like, how big they are, how full they are. It's all up to you guys, not me. I don't have anything to do with your trees. That's all on you guys. That's a cool looking tree right there. All right, right down here, over here. A little bit of our brown onto the side, just a little touch, little tap, little tap, little tap. And just leaving a little bit of light. See where light's coming from our moon is what I'm imagining anyway. Go back to our liquid white on our little fan brush. into our sap green. We haven't even made really that much of a mess today here yet. Tap onto this little guy. I say yet. Back in a couple little bits, right? We'll start working them out and around. Little things, little taps. Nothing has to be too bright or too crazy, right? You don't want to cover over too much. These little guys out here, right? Dabbing them in, dabbing them in, dabbing them in. Couple little different areas. Very cool. Very cool, little spooky little sheen over there, guys. Now, do you think we've got enough time to make one fallen tree? Do you think that we've got enough time to throw a massive fallen tree in there? Let me see if this painting's sold already. Oh, it has sold already. My goodness, who got this one then? You gotta let me know. And let me know if you want a big fallen tree. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate it. Good morning from Ireland. My goodness. Good morning. Boom, ba-boom. Who's the buyer? Let's see. Guys, that's a cool looking little scene back in here. Some faraway little trees. Some stuffs. Oh, Brian got it? Brian, I told you Brian would be back, you guys. Didn't I say? Brian's like, oh yeah, maybe I'll get one in a little bit. No, Bri, we knew you'd be back. Because once you get your first Paint with Josh painting, you'd want another one and another one and another one and another one. I haven't even sent out Brian's first two. They're both dry now, I think. I got to check the one. But as far as I know, I haven't sent out Brian's first two paintings, and he just got another one. So that's what happens, guys. You get addicted to buying Paint with Josh paintings. It's a phenomenon out there. So no big tree, no fallen tree. He likes it just like this then, guys. So let's come up with a title for it. And we only got 8 minutes. And I had to hold myself back yesterday. Painting pal. Yeah, we got a brand. And Brian, we got to get you in the Discord. Now that you're like a multiple painting purchaser, you got to come into the Discord with all the other multiple painting purchaser, Paint with Josh super fans over there. We got to get you in there. All right, so we only got 8 minutes before the Glitterwick stream starts. Probably less than that, probably 7 minutes. All right, so, no, I was right, 8 minutes. So we need to come up with a name. You guys have to help Brian, our purchaser, come up with a title for this painting, right? He was like, you know what? I gotta have that. And so he went in and grabbed it. And I thank him for that, implicitly. A couple little sticks and twigs in the night. So you guys got to come up with a title. Then you got to tell Brian what it is. Brian's going to tell me what his final answer is. And then we'll title it. We'll do the spinny wheel, and then we'll go watch London show over on Glitterwicks. If you don't know what Glitterwicks is, they make very glittery, beautiful smelling candles, right? So like a candle wick with glitter wicks. Gorgeous candles. And you're like, Josh, but what about me? I live in an apartment where I can't burn candles. Me too! Totes the same! Right? She does wax melts in these giant, like 15 or 16 ounce tins. They last you forever. They're fun to play with. You get these little spoons. Don't let me tell you about it. Go over there and check out her store, and then you can decide for yourself just how awesome they are. Right? I'm telling you. And you want to know my favorite scent? Even though I have my own Paint with Josh smell in the Glitterwick store, my favorite scent is Kronos. Oh, it's like rosewood, mango, gorgeousness. It smells like a fancy therapist's office. My house does all the time. It covers up all the paint smell. Right? So, you guys got to get over to glitterwicks.com, spelled exactly how you think, right? Glitter, and then W-I-C-K-S, Wicks, Glitterwicks. Get over there, check it out. She's got awesome stuff that I personally use. I can attest to how awesome it is. And so can a lot of the people here in the chat. They can tell you how awesome her candles and wax melts are. Plus she does like car air fresheners and carpet freshener, all sorts of stuff. You just got to go check it out. I can't tell you everything. If I tell you everything, you won't even go to the website. So go check it out and see what you can get up to over on glitterwicks.com. that's exactly where I'm going to be in between the two shows. I'll be over there commenting and liking and listening. She just poured my 3 wax melts yesterday, so all I'm gonna do is walk across the street and pick them up. You guys get free delivery, man, if you spend enough. Free delivery when I gotta go over there and pick them up myself. Oh no! His head fell off, guys. There we go. It's back. It's back. It's back. All right, 3 brushes to go. My goodness, we've been using lots of brushes lately. That's what happens when you put 10 miles of depth into your painting. You use a lot of brushes. One more to go, guys. Come up with a title. What are we gonna do for old Brian? Who, full disclosure, I thought his name was Brianna, because like all the writing is super small on the screen, you know what I mean? It's like Brianna Cook, and I was like, what? Okay. And then I read it a little bit better, I was like, oh, Brian, I'm sorry for calling you Brianna for 5 minutes. My fault. So, Brian, my guy, we gotta help Brian. Brian. We gotta help him out. Well, you gotta help him out. I've already helped him out. You gotta help him out a little bit more by giving us a title for his wicked awesome painting, right? That he decided to grab during the live show, which only has 4 minutes left. So, we've gotta get the spinny winny wheel out and whoop, over here. Zip, zap, chip, chap, flying through the forest, baby. So we gotta get the title and we gotta get the wheel for old Brian, and then we'll get over to the Glitterwick show. Over here, zip, zoop, just like that. Okay, my goodness. And then we gotta turn off all the cameras on time too. That's the thing of it, right? Drop that guy off in a second. Okay. You guys, Sinister Sunset. I like that title too. Awesome title. That's why I leave it up to you guys to title stuff. Because you guys are the titlers of all titling. And give me one second, Glitterwix. Let me I gotta flip the camera around and then I'll accept the request. Yeah, okay, so. You guys are the best titlers of all. I gotta turn this camera around, and then we're gonna multi-guest with Glitterwix, because it seems like she is ready. Over here, over there, we got the wheel. We got everything. You guys, okay. So, since Brian got the painting during the live show, he qualifies for the spinny winny wheel, and no matter what it lands on, I have to send to him. So I hope it lands on this one that says Paint with Josh wins. Where's that one? This one. Paint with Josh wins. Sorry, Brian. Okay, so we're gonna give him an old spin. Here we go, then we'll sign it. Do everything we gotta do. Oh, we got the Glitterwix iconic candle. My goodness. Fantastic. Luckily, Glitterwix is right over there, and you can send her a message and say, hey, I just want a candle, and then I'll have to pay her for said candle. There we go. Okay. So, what are we going with our, I like the grand prize, right? What are we going with for our title again? This one's number 1477, the year that Columbus sailed the ocean to heaven. That's right. That's what it was. Don't bother Googling it. Don't bother. I just told you, so you don't even have to, like, check. It's totally fine. Sinister Sunset. That's what we're going with. That's what I thought. That's what I had thought. Blood River. All right, Sinister Sunset. Sister Sunset, all right. I like that. There we go. This one was painted on 9. 13, which was a Friday the 13th of 2023, and we're all going to go to paintwithjosh.com because besides Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, paintwithjosh.com is like the next best website, right? So head over there, check it out. This one came out cool. You guys can rewatch this and learn how to paint it over on my YouTube channel under the live section, right? Either the majority of my paintings are live or in the videos section, right? So when you go to my YouTube, do that. Jesse. Did I say 23? Do we have time for this? Oh, I don't think we have time. Jesse, did I say 23? Kathy, did I say 23? I'm so sorry. Let me explain why, just real quick, and I hope Glitterworks doesn't kill me for this. Real fast, it's my dyslexia, and my Murphy's, it's like Murphy's Law, right? So, Jesse, Kathy, I'm just talking to you guys, okay? It's Murphy's Law. You know what Murphy's Law is, right? That law that says, like, if something can happen, it will happen, right? So if my groceries can fall out of the bottom of the bag, it's going to happen at the worst possible time, right? You guys know about that one? Just Jesse and Kathy, just real quick, just trying to get you guys. We're just having a conversation, right? We know about Murphy's Law. Right, yeah, see, we know about Murphy's Law. So, do you know about a different law, a little bit less well known by this guy named Cole, right? He also wrote a law that's more specific to what we're doing right now. And guys, we might have two here. And have you ever heard of his law, right? We might have Jesse anyway. Jesse, have you ever heard of this guy named Cole who also wrote a law like Murphy's, right? But it's not Murphy's Law, it's Cole's Law. Have you ever heard of... Kathy, shut up, you're messing it up. Jesse, right? Have you ever heard of Cole's Law? You haven't, but you love learning new things. Okay, so Cole's Law is basically like cabbage and mayonnaise and probably like onions and carrots, and it's really gross. You can find it at like every backyard barbecue. You know, it comes cold, it's runny, it's like watery, it's nasty stuff. You can get it at KFC too, right? Little Cole's Law. But thanks for playing along, Jesse. Love you. Kathy, thank you for not messing it up. We're trying not to mess it up anyway, if you have heard of it anyway. So, love you guys. Let's all get over to Glitterworks. I can't wait to see your guys' versions of this painting over on Facebook and YouTube. Send them to me, facebook.com/officialpaintwithjosh. And until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day and pop. Goodness gracious, I almost fell. Legit almost fell over, guys.